Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and within this video I'm going to assemble the 36-inch Blackstone. Now all that I've done, I've taken most of the components out of the box, and I've left the box, there's a Hornet. I've left the box closer to the street so that once I confirm all the parts were in there and I've been able to assemble it successfully, then I can throw that away without having to bring all that mess out of my patio, man, on my deck. So the first thing you're going to need a wrench, and you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. And by the way, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order the griddle like I'm assembling online, as well as the various accessories that you'll find within my other videos. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to film this process step by step, man. No reason not to. Just reconfirming we're recording. So, step one, we're going to pop these legs out. I'm going to be careful with this. I don't want to scratch. I'm going to do this by myself just to see if it can be done. But optimally, you probably want to have another person involved, because some of this stuff, especially if you're weak, some of this stuff is pretty heavy, which is a good thing. It's good quality. So we got this locking knob right here. We can pop this out. That'll release that leg. Then there's these pins. Let's see. We'll have to lock this in when we pull it up here. Let's see. Okay, let's just pull the legs out for now, and then we're going to go through step by step. This already has the wheels on it. The other wheels I've got in, they're off camera. Always good to inventory stuff before you get started. Make sure you're not missing any parts. And never throw away your packing materials until you've completely assembled it, and triple check to ensure that nothing is missing. Not that it would be, but I mean, things go missing, man. Okay, that's nice. And that bag that this was in, I can use as a trash area. Here's a piece right here. You don't want to cut your hose, man. But I do have to cut this zip tie. So you'll probably need some sort of cutting device. Oh! Just kidding. But be careful. Okay, so now we got this wrapped up. This here. Take this out. There's another piece like that, or similar to that. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same. Okay, and then these pop off. It pops off. And then this pops out. Like that. Now the question is, what do we do next? Actually, it wanted this upside down, so I guess to follow the manual to the T, make sure there's nothing under there, and I'm going to flip this upside down gently. I don't want to scratch it. So that's upside down. Pull the legs, or put in vertical position. It's cool they fold like that. If you ever needed to transport this, you know, you could do that. You could fold it up, piece of packing material. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now we're going to do the wheels on this side. These are nice wheels, by the way. They're kind of a rubber, like a hard rubber. It's nice. You know, a lot of drills and stuff you get, they've got like a cheap plastic. This is definitely not that. It's showing the bolt coming from the outside. So stick this in here, this little hubcap piece. Stick that in there with that hubcap piece, and then put your bolt through. And then you got your nut. Put your nut on there. And we're going to tighten it with the wrench here in a little bit, but for now, yeah, it says use an adjustable wrench. So let's do the other side. Actually, I'm probably going to need, it says one wrench, I'm probably going to need a second one to do this, I would think. Yeah, I'm going to have a second wrench to hold on to that. That's an oversight. Because it said Phillips head screwdriver and adjustable wrench. W-R-E-N-C-H, not wrenches. We're going to take it to the next level of fancy and use a socket set. Perfect. You could use 2 wrenches. But don't try to do it with one wrench because you're not going to be able to do it. Whoa! I'm not trying to get it super tight, but I want it to be good enough. Okay, that's not going anywhere, so that's good. Okay, so I got that. Now it says, place the bottom shelf between the legs on the caster side of the body. So these are the casters. On the caster side of the body, place the propane support in its place. Okay. So there's going to be a holy side of this. It's going to face me, the opposite of the propane side. Actually, both sides appear to be the same at a quick glance, and the whole pattern appears to be the same. So, question now is, yeah, so this is what's going to provide its support. See? And that goes in there like that. And there's a hole here and a hole there. So, on the hole, there's a handle piece, which is this piece here, that's going to go, if you're looking at the Blackstone logo, so if I was looking at it, it would be to the left, which is the propane side. So where the propane hose is, on this side, you're going to attach the let's see, we'll map all this out here. So we got these two things. Large thumb screw, and medium thumb screw. And large is large because it's taller. Than the other one. See? So the short one which is the shortest of the two. That one is going to be used. It's called the MX by 40. It's going to attach. It's going to go on this side where the hose is with this. So you got to make sure this is lined up with the hole. Okay, and then this will go and it's going to go through this and then screw into that. Just got to make sure this is lined up. And you'll know it's lined up because you will see the tip of that come through this side. So finger tighten that. The longer one, it's kind of interesting to have the longer one on the other side. I guess that's, I don't know. Oh, it's longer distance here. This is wider than that support post. Stick this in. If you have to gently slide it to get it lined up, you may. I got it. It's going through. And again, this was the longer one. So the longer one's on the side opposite the short one with the propane tank. And again, I screwed it through, finger tightening, and I can see it there. So we got it. Okay. It says, with the help of another person. Whoa! Place the griddle on its wheels. Attach the propane tank hanger with the M6 by 38 screw, inserting it from the outside of the unit as shown. So I'm going to be a superhuman and act as two people. Again, recommended to have two people, but I'm not going to wait around, man. I got to get my griddle put together. I got stuff to do. Okay, here goes this. And then we're gently going to lift it up. Whoa. Awesome. So now that is there. These wheels will turn. The wheels on the, now actually they're locked. So there's a lock release here. You can push that and then they'll swivel. See? So you can unlock it to roll it around. And then once you get it positioned, you can push down on that to lock it. That's a cool feature. So now we're going to get this little doohickey and an M6 by 38 screw. There's an M6 by 70. M6 by 38, 4 pieces. It says I've got 4 of these screws. This is why you don't throw anything away until you get everything unboxed. Okay, so that's some sort of piece that's going to go here to support the propane tank. Since it's in a location where we can circle back to it for the sake of daylight, we're going to circle back to that step. So let's go back, let's go on, let's attach, install the right side shelf. So the right side looking at it's going to be over here. 4 M6 by 12 screws. Okay, I've got those in this sheet right here. Right side shelf, 2 of the small thumb screws. Okay, actually the right side's gonna be 2 small thumb screws. So that's these doohickeys here. Because there's no holes, I guess it just slides in and we put the thumb screws in, makes contact. Yeah, that seems to be the case. So it's not actually screwing into anything, it's just the pressure is going to hold it on. And then there's another hole on this side here. Do it with it. Okay, I got that. That's the right side shelf. Now, and then up above it, there's these 4 holes, and that's where we're going to use these short screws right here. These right here, man. And we're going to get one of these 2 handles. We're going to get a screwdriver. We're going to do this side. So just kind of stick it through. I like to finger tighten this kind of stuff just to get it lined up. I got that one started. I'm going to do it a little bit with the screwdriver just because I don't want these black screws to fall down the mountain. That'd be hard to find. like that. Now that I've got them all in, I can tighten. Okay, those are good and tight. Now we're going to move to the next step. Repeat the previous steps on the left side. So we're going to do the same thing over here that we did over there. We're going to stick this in, and then we're going to use these other two thumb screws. These things right here. Make sure it's pushed in, you know, against the unit. Okay, so that's in now with this handle, just like we did with the other side. We're going to get those 4 screws. And again, we're going to hand tighten them and then use the screwdriver. And again, the hand tightening is important because you get these properly aligned. And you may find it's easier to put it on the screwdriver and have a little bit more force if you got big fingers. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way right there. See, yeah, just start it with the screwdriver. So there's a tip for you. Stick it on the tip of your screwdriver, kind of pull it out, and then you can see how it's aligned and have a moderate amount of pressure to get it started. And again, don't tighten them until you've got all 4 in, because you want to make sure everything lines up. Okay, so we got that on there. Now we're going to go to the next step, which is the grease cup on the back at the center point. So the grease cup is this piece here. And by the way, these replaceable liners, I've linked them within this video's description too. So you can expand this video's description and then click the link there. So it looks like that sits there in the middle. let's see if it says we attach it. It just says place. Place the grease cup on the back of the griddle body in the center of the unit. So the center would be right there, okay. With the help of another person, place the griddle top onto the griddle body by aligning the 4 pins to the holes on the top of the body. Make sure the pins are fully seated in the holes. There's a hole, a hole, a hole, and a hole. And there's going to be a front and a rear of this griddle top. Now the rear is obviously going to be the part of it that's closest to me that has the cutout that's going to go over this drip pan or whatever you want to call it. So, and this is heavy, so if you are strength challenged, you may want to get an extra set of. You probably anybody, whether you're strong or not, it'd be optimal to have 2 people to do this. So we're going to peel this off carefully. Do not want to leave any plastic around. And want to be careful with this because you don't want to dent it. Now see what I was talking about earlier, there's that part right there that says rear grease pan. That's the hole. So that's going to face towards the back. Oh! 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 Okay, now we're going to line these holes. This right here is where it would be good to have another person around. Okay, so... Oh, my fingers. Okay, I got one in. They're all in. Wow. And see, so your rear grease pan, it lines up with that, so it drips in there. Wow, this is nice. Now this is why I went with a larger 36-inch. There's smaller options available that may be optimal for you if you're doing a lot of, if you're transporting it a lot, the smaller one may be better. But this is this right here tells, you can feel the quality in your hands when you pick that up and put it on. So now we're going to do, let's see, I'm going to pick this trash up, and remember there's some steps that I skipped. Now there's a battery. It's saying there's got to be a battery. Why the heck did they not include a battery with this? They did not include a battery. Insert 1 AA battery, not included, into the battery socket with a positive terminal facing out. So the little nipple on it faces out that way. We're going to go back and insert that in a minute because I didn't expect to have to fish up a battery for this. So now the step that I skipped, actually there's a couple things. These knobs. Did I miss the knob step? I'll have to read through it more closely, but see, I think what we're going to run into, see, I've got these knobs and then 1 bolt. I have a feeling that 1 bolt's going to be the one that was identified as something else. So, let's see, here's the knobs. They've got an arrow, push to turn. So that arrow part, I faced up. So the arrow up towards the sky. And also the up is the off position. So it's facing up and it's pointing to off. Now this bolt and other piece right here, this is what I'm assuming is probably the piece that I thought I didn't have in my box. So what we're going to do is grab this piece. We're going to circle back to that step. So this part right here that has the hole is going to go over this cross member, whatever you want to call it, right here. It's the only one way it can go. Yeah, this is the bolt. And then that sticks through, and then I've got the nut. So I did have all the parts. But if in doubt, sometimes it's best to assume that you don't. I'm going to use the screwdriver and the wrench to tighten this up. Okay, that's tight. That's the propane hanging piece. So now, as part of the assembly video, and subscribe, ring that bell that notifies you whenever I post another video, and check out all of my Blackstone videos. I've got a playlist full of Blackstone videos, and this is the first, which is the assembly, but I'm going to film tons, hundreds of videos as I experiment with different recipes, how to season a Blackstone griddle. That's going to be one of my first videos. Obviously this is not seasoned yet. It's not ready to cook on. You know, I'm fighting daylight to complete this assembly video for you. Now if this video really helped, you can click that super thanks button by clicking that thanks icon down below. Okay, now for the last part of the assembly process. I'm not going to turn it on yet, but you can see this propane tank has this handle piece here. I'm going to keep it in the off position, but that piece that I put on earlier, that's what allows you to attach the propane tank to the wheel so you can roll it around. Pretty self-explanatory, it just fits there. Obviously my propane tank is off. Check with your fire department or whatever, make sure you thoroughly understand how to use propane safely. But I'm just demonstrating here, that's how it hangs on the side of it. And when I'm ready to do my first seasoning, because again I got to season it before I cook on it the first time. When I'm ready to do the first seasoning, I'll plug in the propane, I'll start it up, and it's going to be great. Now, as I mentioned, it does require one AA battery, which was not included. So I'm going to go get a AA battery, and we're going to put that in. This is a standard AA battery that I'm going to install here. The nipple, also known as the positive side, faces towards y'all. And I push it, I can hear it clicking, like it's, obviously I don't have the gas connected or the gas on, but if I did, that would enable it to start. So that's it. Blackstone 36-inch griddle assembly video. Again, it would probably be optimal if you had 2 people, but I was able to do it by myself. I would not recommend doing it by yourself because it would be easy to drop this, it'd be easy to scratch stuff, but I wanted to get it done, and that's what I did. So tell me what you think within the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video, Blackstone video, electric smoking video, traditional charcoal grilling videos. But It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Going to have a bunch of good recipes and a lot of how-to videos, you name it. This is the Blackstone. Again, expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order it online. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.